Today's question is, what is a system? Let me start off with a quote from Wikipedia, definition from Wikipedia, which is good, but I'm going to disagree with it. A system is a set of interacting or interdependent component parts forming a complex or intricate whole. Every system is delineated by its spatial and temporal boundaries, surrounded and influenced by its environment, described by its structure and purpose, and expressed in its functioning. So lots of stuff there. The first bit that I really like is a system is a set of interacting or interdependent component parts forming a complex or intricate whole. That's really good, because what it allows us to do is to think of a system as a single part. Because systems can be large or they can be small, and in certain situations you might say that one system acts as a component as a part of another system. Let me give you an example. So you might talk about a computer, a single physical computer, as a system. We often do, in fact. But what happens if that is part of a larger distributed system which is providing you with bank details, for instance, part of an ATM network? You can look at the whole network as a system, or you can look at that particular computer as a system. You might break it down even smaller, of course. You might talk about the motherboard on that computer as a system, or you might go bigger. You might look at the global ATM banking network as a system. So a system is defined by how you're interacting with it. And generally you expect a system to be made up of lots of different components, and that's part of what we're hearing in the Wikipedia definition. But you wanted to think about something which are interacting and interdependent, these components. One of the things that I'm not convinced by is it says that in the definition that every system is delineated by its spatial and temporal boundaries. And I think that when we talk about computing, spatial boundaries kind of get a bit interesting, because virtualization and how you actually run things becomes a bit complex, but I kind of get where they're trying to get with it. So a system is something that can interact with others and is made up of multiple parts. So just a tiny component you probably wouldn't talk about as a system. It can't run it on its own. And I think that's one of the useful ways to think about a system. We talk about systems a lot in cybersecurity because you need to understand how a system works on its own and how it interacts with the various other things that it connects to, the other entities. So a system can be an entity. It can be thought of as a component. So a system is a really useful granular piece that we can use to describe whatever it is we're looking at in cybersecurity. If you've got any other questions about interesting jargon or words or concepts you want explained in cybersecurity, get in touch, subscribe to the channel. I'll do what I can.